worth falling for. Oh, and with open arms I'll carry yours. Come, rain or shine, I'll cover you up and calm the skies. As long as you are mine, I'll be there when you need me. You can count on it every time. It won't always be easy, just as sure as the sun will rise. I'll be there when you need me, with every tear that falls from your eyes. Oh, you have me completely. I'll be there when I'll be there when you need me. Trust, it builds a home, and ours is a sacred place where we both belong. Faith, a planted tree. Oh, and it's grown its roots under you and me. As long as we both breathe, I'll be there when you need me. You can count on it every time. It won't always be easy, but just as sure as the sun will rise. I'll be there when you need me, with every tear that falls from your eyes. Oh, you have me completely. I'll be there when I'll be there when you need me. I'll be there when you need me. You can count on it every time. It won't always be easy. I'll be there when you need me.
I close my eyes and I can see all that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home.
They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
However big, however small, let me be part of it all.
Share your dreams with me.
You may be right, but say that you'll bring me along.
Through the world you'll see, through the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see. As every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head.
A million dreams are keeping me
A million dreams, a million dreams. I think of what the world could be. A vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. For the world we're gonna make.
Hi, I'm Subin Novell, and it's my pleasure to be your MC for this fun and inspirational evening in support of Family Promise, where we will be making dreams come true for homeless families in the Valley. Family Promise's mission provides emergency shelter services to homeless families who demonstrate a desire to become self-sufficient. Can you imagine being without a bed, homeless, and having to leave your precious pet behind too? Family Promise cares for pets as well as people. And we would like to give a very special thank you to tonight's caring and generous sponsors, to our production sponsors, Primus Visuals Productions, Skyline Productions, Mount Claret Retreat Center, Ben Arnold Photography, and a complete listing of our very special supporters will be listed in the credits at the end of the event, so make sure you check those out. We also want to say thank you so much for tonight's caring and generous sponsors. This evening, we have a full fun evening planned for you. You will hear moving testimonies from some of the families we have served. You will hear wonderful music from the Phoenix Boys Choir and their magical voices. We will be venturing out to a couple of fun destinations that kids may have dreamed about going to, but have never been. I am so excited to announce that all of you that have donated before or will be doing so this evening will be eligible for a wonderful luxury week's vacation in Mexico. I'll tell you a little more about that later on this evening. But now, it's my pleasure to introduce my very good friend. She is Dr. Gabrielle Lawrence. She is the chairperson of Making Dreams Come True. She's a board member of Family Promise and a very generous sponsor of this evening's event. Please welcome Gabrielle.
Subin, thank you so much for being here.
Of course.
We love having you, and we are going to make a wonderful evening for a lot of people, not only those who are watching, but for our families.
Yes, we are.
This is going to be so helpful for them.
Absolutely.
So we're so glad you've joined us tonight. Together, we are going to make dreams come true for our families. Many of us have worked on this, and we want to thank you all on the committee who've given so much time. Together, we are going to make this a magical and fun hour for all of us. Family Promise helps make dreams come true for all of our families and prepares them with resources and confidence they'll need to build a sustainable future. And with your help this evening, we can do this for all of our families and even more families. We see over 100 families now, and we're going to increase that. So please give donations, be with us, join our Family Promise family. And thank you for watching. We so appreciate that.
Well, thank you so much, Gabrielle. Of course, it's my honor to be here, and I look forward to raising lots of money this evening.
Well, take it away, Subin. Thank you.
Thank you. Several of you tonight are hosting viewing parties. Thank you so much for getting together to share in this evening's fun. Be sure to take pictures and post them on Family Promise's website or your own Facebook, Instagram, or any social media. We encourage you and your guests to do this. We would love to see you all and all of your festivities tonight. Okay, now is the time to get your phones out, and I am going to tell you just how you can donate to Family Promise and help make dreams come true for our deserving families. We have made giving so easy for you tonight. All you need to do is simply register at www.familypromiseaz.givesmart.com. Once you register, simply scroll down and click the Donate button. There you will see various amounts of giving, and remember, you can give at any level at any time. If you prefer texting to give, all you'll have to do is text your keyword located at the bottom of the screen to 76278.
So many storms come through our lives, but affect each of us differently. For some, these storms are job loss, a relationship breaking apart, an unexpected bill on an already limited budget, the loss of childcare, or the death of a partner. This leads to the loss of security and the loss of hope. These storms tear families from their homes and children from their beds.
Here at Family Promise, we want to be considered the anchor in the midst of the storm. We want our families to think of this as home. I remember about 6 years ago when one of our clients said to me, after a series of events, car, health, family, they became homeless. I remember Berger saying to me, I've failed my family. He was absolutely crushed. But he reminded me when his daughter came to him and said, Dad, we can do this. It's just going to be all right. You see, that daughter became the anchor in the midst of their storm as well.
And now, please listen to one of our graduates, Keisha, as she shares in her own words just how impactful Family Promise has been to her.
When I was homeless before coming to Family Promise, my son, my dog, and we all lived in my car. My experience with Family Promise was absolutely positive. They shared a lot of resources in terms of helping me get a job, talked to me about different neighborhoods and different possibilities in terms of where we'd stay once we leave Family Promise. We had lots of fun. They had different programs that we enjoyed. Everything about this program was just wonderful. And it was positive for me and my family. I stayed with Family Promise approximately 45 days. I believe that people should donate to Family Promise because a lot of the families have needs, food, clothing. I just want to give all of you all a hug, everybody. I'm so thankful for all that you all have done for our family.
Become a chain in the anchor. Pledge to become a donor to Family Promise of Greater Phoenix, and you can help hundreds of families find their way to clear blue skies.
And now we are so excited to announce that Family Promise has its very own pet shelter. Executive Director Ted Taylor is going to tell you a little more about that.
My name is Ted Taylor. I'm the Executive Director of Family Promise of Greater Phoenix. So I wanted to take a minute to talk about the pet program. Really an amazing one-of-a-kind here in the Valley. It was the spring of 2012 when a family came in for shelter. I'll never forget that family, a mother, a dad, and 2 little kids. At the time we had a waiting list, but we had room for them, so we offered them shelter, and they were so excited to come in. It looked like they had had a hard time, and so we welcomed them to come in, and the mother came up to me and said, I have a dog out front. And I thought at the time, oh my goodness, I had no idea she had a pet out front. I have a place in my heart for pets, maybe the real ones, not these, but nonetheless, I said to her, we can't take the pets inside because we don't have the insurance to cover the inside, having pets inside the shelter, but we might be able to find a foster for you. And we'll never forget what ended up happening, which was she said we can't come in without our pets. So she, her husband, and the 2 kids left crying. And I thought to myself, and it was just Cheryl and me at the time, that somehow this just can't happen again. So that was the beginning of a magnificent change at Family Promise, because it was just a few months later that we got this out of the blue call from PetSmart. And they said, I remember the call, it was Andy Escudero Sandy Escudero from PetSmart National. My boss likes what you're doing and would like to have a conversation about how we might work together. Man, there's no way in a million years we could have gotten that call. And I believe there was a divine reason for that call, but nonetheless, what happened was we went down to PetSmart without really a plan, but a dream that we could welcome pets. But the most important piece is if you don't welcome them into shelter with their pets, they will not go into shelter, which means their kids remain at risk. So that's the reason we have the pet program, and it works incredibly well today. So at the end of the day, I'm asking for your help. Family Promise needs your contributions to help us to serve these families. We provide all of their shelter in a sanctuary on campus. We provide all their food, all their veterinary care, so these children never have to consider giving up a pet. So if you could, we would love it if you would help this night to bring some additional resources to this program so we can continue to serve these families who have pets as well as us. Thank you.
And now it's my pleasure to introduce Executive Director Ted Taylor and Mitra Kazi.
So I'm excited today to be sitting with one of the founders of Family Promise, a woman who in her own right is just amazing. I am privileged to introduce to you Mitra Kazi and let her talk a little bit about the founding of Family Promise. I wasn't even there. And then I'll talk to you a little bit later about what we're doing now. So Mitra, what are your thoughts?
Thank you so much, Ted. It's truly an honor to be able to share my story. It seems like a long time ago, and so much has happened at Family Promise since those early days, but it's always important to reflect back on our roots and where we came from. I was lucky enough when I lived in Indianapolis back in the mid-90s to have a friend who had a Family Promise, at that point, Interfaith Hospitality Network program at their church. They introduced me to the program. I loved it immediately. I immediately went to my church and found a friend, and we made it happen at our congregation in Indianapolis. Allison Scholl and I were kind of the first, people that were played back and forth role of presidents, and then we brought on Bob Withers. Allison did, and he was a great gift to the organization, and he still is. And little by little we grew. I also want to make sure that we say thank you to the 99 Mesa Pulliam Charitable Trust, which was by far our first investor, and who believed in the concept. The program that I played a role in help starting is beyond my wildest dreams as to what has been accomplished. And
so Mitra, you're so kind. But I do want to talk a little bit just about where we're at now. There are so many incredible things that have happened to Family Promise. One of those is when I came on board, there were 13 congregations. We've expanded that base to 54 hosting congregations, including 3 synagogues. So 54 congregations. We went from one location serving 30 families to today we have 4 locations. We should serve over 200 families this year. Last year we served 136 families. For the community, for everybody that knows Family Promise, or maybe you don't know, we would love to have your support to continue to help us to build this program, to continue to expand to more congregations across the valley, more sites across the valley. The need is great. We want the community's support to get this done, and you could be that difference today. So we appreciate all that you've done to help us over the years. Mitra, God bless you for bringing this model. I thank you for myself personally for making it a part of my family and my life. And for all of you out there that have helped us, thank you so much for what you've done. Continue to help us. We appreciate it, and we promise to do the very best we can with your resources. Thank you.
This evening, you've heard the journey of Family Promise's growth, and now I'd like to remind you once again how to donate. All you need to do is click that donate button on your screen and follow the Give Smart directions. It's easy, and don't forget that each donor is going to be entered in to win a fabulous Mexican vacation at the end of this evening, so make sure you stay tuned. And talk about making dreams come true. Let's hear a letter from Cameron that she wrote sharing her joy of being helped by Family Promise. and see her new home that was given to her and her children by Clayton Homes at Christmas time. How special is that? We can never begin to thank you enough, Clayton Homes.
Dear Family Promise, I want to take a moment to tell you how thankful I am to have received the Clayton home and for everything the shelter has done for me and my children while living there. Receiving the call and being told I was accepted into the Family Promise shelter was one of the most nerve-wracking feelings I have ever felt. Not knowing what a blessing staying in the shelter would be, it is an experience I would never take back, and was a life-changing experience for me being a young mom. The saying, "You grow through what you go through," comes to mind because I became stronger and more determined to give my kids the life they deserved. And Family Promise helped me to fulfill that. As difficult as the time was for me, it was a blessing in disguise. And little did I know I would be given a home for me and my kids. My children were ecstatic to have a room already full of toys and with new beds. It's not just that we have a new home, but with the environment, we feel complete safety and have neighbors that are happy to say hello and tell me about the neighborhood. Everything has been coming along great in and outside this beautiful home. I think my kids most enjoy running around the house, making all the noise they can with all the space we have. I'm excited to see where else the new city and home will take us. Sincerely, Cameron.
Well, now I'm sure you want to get your iPhone or iPad out or whatever device you're using. Make sure when you do your donation, you remember that you're helping these deserving families. With your help, whatever amount is comfortable for you, you're making a difference for these families. Every dollar will make a difference. We have made giving so easy for you tonight. All you need to do is simply register at www.familypromiseaz.givesmart.com. Once you register, simply scroll down and click the Donate button. There you will see various amounts of giving, and remember, you can give at any level at any time. If you prefer texting to give, all you'll have to do is text your keyword located at the bottom of the screen to 76278. And now we're off to a visit at the Phoenix Zoo. You know, kids love going to the zoo, and many of our families have never been. We're so thankful to the Phoenix Zoo for their generous donation and the support of our families making their dreams come true.
Hello, I'm back, Mitra Kazi. I'm going to wear a different hat right now as the Executive Director of the Phoenix Boys Choir. We're a nonprofit performing arts organization that has been around for 74 years. We provide an experience for young boys and young men to help them reach their full potential through the power of music. I hope that you enjoy our version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow from the film The Wizard of Oz. We're seeing an arrangement by Michael Abels, a Phoenix Boys Choir alumnus and very famous Hollywood composer. Please enjoy. Thank you.
Promise has expanded across the valley from Scottsdale to Glendale to Mesa, and now we have the pleasure of hearing from these mayors.
Hello, I'm Dave Ortega, Mayor of Scottsdale. Family Promise is a national network working locally which started in Scottsdale and expanded where the needs are. I was drawn to Family Promise and served on the Family Promise Executive Board for several years. I believe in the Family Promise model because they help displaced families return to be on their own with dignity. Family Promise works because host congregations valley-wide provide overnight shelter, breakfast and dinner, while the homeless families look for a job or expand their skills, and then continue on their journey to be on their own. I have helped serve dinner and breakfast to these individuals who are part of our community. And I can see in their eyes their optimistic future. I enthusiastically support Family Promise, and I encourage you to learn more and consider a donation at their website, familypromiseaz.org.
Hi, Jerry Wires, Mayor of the City of Glendale. Family Promise does a tremendous job transforming the lives of families all over the valley who are experiencing homelessness. With the location here in the City of Glendale, I've witnessed the outreach, the profound impact that Family Promise has on families here in my city and the entire West Valley. If you're financially capable, please donate to Family Promise. We need organizations like this ready and available to assist our communities and sometimes even our own loved ones who've experienced homelessness. Please give them a hand if you can.
Hello everyone, I'm Mesa Mayor John Giles. Homelessness is a challenging issue. There is no one-size-fits-all solution. In Mesa, we work closely with other cities and partners throughout our region to fight against homelessness. Family Promise is a great partner in this work, providing resources, time, and most importantly, compassion to help families recover and find stability. I encourage everyone to consider how you can support Family Promise as they help families in their need to get back on their feet. Thank you.
And now we're off to another amazing adventure. We would love to thank this sponsor. Take a look.
Hi everyone, I'm Pam Palermo, Executive Director of Odyssey Aquarium and Butterfly Wonderland Foundations. I've brought a few friends here with me today. When I was approached by Gabrielle, I was delighted to be part of this event. And we are so happy to donate tickets to a few of the Family Promise families so that they may experience a fun and memorable day while maybe forgetting about the difficulties of being homeless for just a short while. Odyssey Aquarium and Butterfly Wonderland are filled with amazing animals and fun and interactive experiences. If you have not had an opportunity to interact with Family Promise or help in some way, I encourage you to do so. As a nonprofit leader, I am so delighted to have Family Promise in our community, and I am so appreciative of the wonderful work they are doing to help families transition through being homeless. I wish you all the very best and much success in this event. God bless you for all you do. Thank you.
Earlier this evening, you heard from Ted and the importance of our faith-based communities with Family Promise. Now's your opportunity to hear from 3 representatives from these faith-based organizations.
I'm Reverend Dr. David Joint from Valley Presbyterian Church. I've been in the Christian ministry for about 30 years, and one of the greatest privileges I've ever had has been to be associated with Family Promise, first in New Jersey for 17 years, and now for 7 years out here in this great valley. I love Family Promise. I love the idea that they are breaking the cycle of poverty and homelessness by working with families with children. There are about 7,000 homeless people in the valley. That's about 1% of our population. And of that number, between 2,000 and 3,000 are families with children. Family Promise is finding a way to connect churches in networks to provide hospitality and love and care and support. Families are empowered because they don't stay in the network long. They're able to work, they're able to save money, they're able to move out of the networks where they're being fed and housed at churches, right back into housing. I also love the fact that Family Promise has an innovative board and a dynamic leader in Ted Taylor. In fact, I think it's probably the leading Family Promise in the entire United States. They've started new programs. Some of those programs are dealing with rapid rehousing. Some are working with landlords to prevent homelessness in the first place. And a new program that is offering nights for people directly off the street. It's been a great privilege and a joy, and our congregation is so excited about the ministry that in a recent rebuild of our campus, it was one of the main things that got people motivated to give, was that a portion of that money was going to go to expand the work of this great ministry.
I'm Reverend Chris Woodard. I'm the pastor of Mission and Engagement at Valley Presbyterian Church, and I've had the joy and the blessing of working with Family Promise for the past 7 years. We have a wonderful group of volunteers at our church that have been on fire for this mission and this ministry. And what really excites me about this program is just how involved our people can be with the families. At Family Promise, we have this saying that we are family. A big thanks to all of the supporters and the people who volunteer with Family Promise. If you have yet to be a part of the family of Family Promise, I want to encourage you to reach out to the staff, reach out to us, pastors, your churches. We would love to continue to expand this network so we can continue to have larger and larger impact for those who live in our valley.
There's not a pastor anywhere in the country that's not looking for ways that their members can be involved in service. We've recommended Family Promise to a number of churches. They have had fantastic experiences and are very grateful that we gave the reference to them. One of the things that I love as a pastor is that my congregation is in a relatively affluent area and could be isolated from those social problems, the parts of the country where there are issues that break God's heart. But Family Promise brings us into relationship and into connection with beautiful families who are struggling to overcome great odds. And that blesses our community spiritually in a very, very deep way.
I'm Rabbi Jeremy Schneider, serve Temple Kol Ami, and I'm very proud that our congregation works and partners with Family Promise of Arizona. We came on board at the invitation of another congregation who suggested that we learn more about Family Promise. I met Christina Brown, and she mentioned something to me that I had never thought of before. It was such a simple idea that one day a week we use our sanctuary, but for 6 days of the week it often sits empty. It never occurred to me that that empty sanctuary could serve to be a home, particularly for families experiencing homelessness. So what was a very basic idea was such a mitzvah, such an opportunity for us to be able to open our sanctuary and invite families experiencing homelessness to come down to our congregation and let them be served a meal, a dinner, let them sleep in our sanctuary, and then return in the morning to wherever it is they needed to go in order to get themselves back on their feet. I would very much like to invite all other Jewish congregations and the Jewish community to learn more about Family Promise and invite them to see how they can volunteer, how can they help, speak to their rabbis about opening their congregation sanctuary so that they can help be partners in this important mission. If you have any questions about partnering with Family Promise, my door is always open. I'm happy to share the experiences that we've had, how we move the process through our volunteers and to our Board of Trustees, and we were very proud, and it was an easy vote and a discussion to find ourselves opening our homes to our neighbors.
My name is Jake Bessling, and I'm a pastor, a husband, and a parent, and Family Promise has changed my life. A few years ago when I met Ted Taylor, oh, I love you, Ted, you invited our congregation to serve the families from Family Promise as a community. And so our church, Christ Greenfield, began to serve once a quarter. The meals were cooked, the volunteers stayed overnight, and families from the community had a place to receive the love of Jesus, His hands, His feet from the church. And over the past 7 years, we have served over 60 families. And it's been such a joy. And I really liked that our congregation was serving families in need right there on our campus in suburbia Gilbert. I began personally to stay overnight with different buddies of mine, and all the families I met, each and every time, were grateful, respectful, and going through things that I realized any of us could one day go through as well. And the whole time, my 2 daughters have bugged me and my wife. Can we please stay overnight with you, Daddy? Can we please? Come on, is this the time? We will go. It'll be good. We'll be fine. And just last month, I was able to introduce my daughters, Francesca and Penelope, 11 and 9-year-olds, to serving Jesus by staying overnight as my junior chaperones. And each of them told me as we drove away at 6 a.m. the next morning, after sleeping on air mattresses and hanging out with the kids and eating together, Dad, I had a lot of fun. Thanks for taking me and letting us help. Did we deserve that donut now? Yes, you do. Family Promise has not only helped our congregation flex our muscles in serving the community, but has helped this pastor and parent raise up his children to serve the world. I thank God for the leadership and ownership of providing a tangible solution for those families walking through homelessness through your ministry at Family Promise.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. The video you're about to watch is a journey of a child, and it completely encapsulates everything Family Promise is about and what we do and why we're here tonight. So please watch.
When I saw my mom, I knew something was wrong. She gave me a big hug and said it was gonna be okay. She said that we had to put all my stuff in a bag. I don't want to put all my stuff in a bag. We left a lot of stuff behind that I never saw again. My mom drove for a long time, but we didn't go anywhere. I wanted to go back home, but she said we couldn't. When it got dark, she stopped. It was really scary the first night. One day, my mom heard of this place where they help families who don't have homes. I was scared, but I tried to be brave for her. Miss Kathy said me and my mom don't have to sleep in our car anymore. She said that they're going to take care of us. Miss Kathy said we're going to sleep at church. I didn't think you could sleep at church. I asked my mom if it was my fault that we had to move out. She said sometimes things are bad, but it wasn't my fault. She said I was brave. There was a lot of people with us. They had yummy food and even ice cream. Me and my mom got our own bedroom. That was good because my mom was tired. We slept really good. We ate breakfast there every morning. My mom used their computer to look for a new job. I don't think she likes the computer very much. Tom asked me and another family to play basketball with him. We played every night. But one day, the family wasn't there. Tom said they moved into a new apartment. That made me excited. Maybe me and my mom could move into one too. One day, Mom looked really pretty. She said she has gotten a job. I told her it was going to be okay. We were really happy. After my mom found a job, we found a new place to live. I miss my friends at Family Promise, but I still see them sometimes. When I grow up, I want to help people who lost their homes too.
Well, hello. As you can see, I'm in my ball gown and my hair is done and I have my diamonds on. So that means it's time to raise money. I hope you guys are enjoying the program. I know it's been such an amazing journey the last 45 minutes or so. My favorite part for sure was the Boys Choir of Phoenix. Their little voices just melt my heart. So I hope you're enjoying the program. But now it's time to give. So you can always text 76278 to give. You'll be sent that Give Smart link. But here's why you want to give, not only to support Family Promise and all the amazing work they're doing here in the Valley, but as I mentioned before, we have some amazing prizes for you this evening. Our generous donors have given to us these amazing prizes. First is some diamond earrings. Now it's not these ones, but they're just as beautiful. 14 karat gold with white diamonds, graciously given to us by Oliver Smith Jewelers. Thank you so much for your donation. They're valued at over $800. Christmas is right around the corner. And of course, there's never a reason not to give the lady in your life diamonds. So, next prize that we have for you, if you give this evening, is 2 tickets to the Cardinals home game. Now, San Francisco Giants are coming up. There's several home season games, and we're so grateful to Ticket IQ for this generous donation, $500 tickets each seat. So these aren't shabby seats. You're going to be right there, close to the field, seeing the entire game. Our third prize that we're giving away this evening in just about 8 minutes, so make sure to get those donations in, is a 1-week stay at Raintree Vacation Club. Now, Raintree Vacation Club has over 16 properties for you to stay at, including Cancun, Cabo San Lucas, Telluride, amongst others. And we want to thank Tim McGuff for this beautiful donation. So, as I mentioned before, whatever you give tonight, you're automatically going to be entered into winning these prizes. We'll announce those in about 7 minutes now. So I'm going to go through a few different levels. Remember, you can give at any time, at any amount. Don't wait for me to get there. And every dollar makes a difference. It can be $1, it can be $1 million. No amount is too little, and no amount, of course, is too great. Every dollar really goes to make Family Promise what it is, and we're coming together as a community to make a difference in these families' lives. All right, first level of giving, $5,000. There was 21,000 children homeless in 2020. Think about it, that's 3,000 more than will fit in the Suns Stadium where they play basketball. Only 5,300 of these kids were in shelter, so where were the rest of them? They were at friends' house, at family members' house. They weren't accounted for, mostly because of the stigma of living in homelessness. And that's where Family Promise comes in, to provide a holistic environment, mind, body, and spirit, providing housing, a safe place to sleep, meals, interviewing skills for the parents, and eventually job placement. So $5,000, our first level of giving. Remember, you can give at any level, any amount, anytime. Thank you so much, Michelle Atkins, for your generous donation. We appreciate you. Donations are flying in. Keep them coming, everyone. Tom Bristow, another generous donor, not necessarily at this level, but they're coming in and they're coming in fast, so we are so grateful. Catherine Kim, thank you so much. And Ann Clark, another generous donor. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for your generosity here tonight. And Jill Mars, another generous donation. All right, remember you can text 76278 at any time. Our next level I want to tell you about is $4,000. $4,000 will rescue an entire family from homelessness, move them into Family Promise, and help create that path of self-sustainability. Again, that is providing a job for the parent, providing shelter for the entire family, and of course, providing shelter for a pet if they have one. $4,000, our next level of giving. The donations are flying in. Warren Harmon, thank you so much for your generous donation. Thank you, Charlene Franz, for your donation. And I want to remind you of Keisha, the woman that you saw in the beginning of our program. You remember her heart and how grateful she was to Family Promise to not only provide her shelter, but provide her with a path for safety for her children, as well as leading the next generation. So we're rescuing the parents, yes, but we're also building the structure for the next generation. Libby Howell, thank you so much for your generous donation. Again, any amount at any time, you're making a difference. You're helping Family Promise get into the community, as you heard the mayors talk about, and provide that safety. So thank you so much. All right, the next level I want to tell you about is $2,000. $2,000 will support our graduate program. Now, the Family Promise commitment doesn't just stop when the time is up and the parents have graduated. It goes 24 months beyond. So we continue to provide educational programming and support for the parents. There's counselors available. There's always someone at the other end of the phone. Now, I had the amazing experience of going to a family night at Valley Presbyterian. You saw and heard from the pastor earlier today. It was amazing. I met a woman named Antoinette and her daughter Janice. She had only been there 3 days. She already secured a managerial job with Wendy's, and her daughter was placed in a school where she was making friends, and she was so grateful. She couldn't believe just 3 days prior, she picked up the phone, talked to Lester, and was in a home, had a job, and her daughter was happy. So that is the difference Family Promise is making. $2,000 is this level. Terry Ware, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Keep them coming in. Sue Mathis, we only have a few minutes left of donating, and don't forget the amazing prizes. We have jewelry, we have Cardinals tickets, and of course, a 1-week vacation, 16 opportunities, 16 places to choose from. Gary and Joanne Mizell, thank you so much for your donation. And Ken Greenwood, thank you very much. Now, moving on to our next level of giving, $1,000. You heard, of course, Mr. Ted Taylor speaking about what pets mean to Family Promise and the impact that it actually has within these families. Many families would rather live on the street than part with their pets, and that's because they see their pets as their family members. They're no different, except they have 4 legs, from their kids. So they couldn't imagine parting from their pets, and that is the difference that Family Promise makes. $1,000 will provide for a shelter's food for a pet, cat or dog, bird, hamster, it doesn't matter. We take care of all of them. The kids don't have to leave their pets. We provide the food, the shelter, whatever the necessary needs are. $1,000 at this level will provide for the pet shelter, and that we want to thank Valley Presbyterian for their generous donation to their mission team. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Jill Russell, another generous donor. They are flying in. We're so grateful to you guys. Please keep on sending. Every dollar makes a difference. If you give $1, I promise you it will make a difference. Diana Winston, thank you so much. We appreciate you. And Brian Harnish, another generous donor. Thank you very much. All right, just 2 more levels left to give. Actually, 3 levels. 3 more opportunities for you to enter in to win these amazing prizes, because we want to bless you as you bless us. So we're excited to give away those prizes. Please give from your heart. Any amount makes a difference. $500 will cover preschool for 2 weeks for a child. Now, when I was at Valley Presbyterian, I also met a woman pregnant with her 9th child. all the children were under the age of 8. So I would say maybe 4 were in preschool. So think about it. She's pregnant. She has 4 kids in school, 4 in preschool. Who's going to take care of her kids while she's interviewing, while she's working? Well, Family Promise has that under control. We provide for preschool for the children that aren't school age, and they're in a safe environment again, and their parents can rest easy, go to work, interview for that job, and become self-sustainable, which is the goal of Family Promise. So $500 will go to support the preschool for the children for 2 weeks. Thank you so much, Elaine Bayer. We appreciate you. And Joanne Rose Meyer, we appreciate you as well. Thank you so much. Please continue to give. Every dollar is making a difference here tonight. Carter Unger, thank you so much. We appreciate you. 2 more levels of giving, 2 more opportunities to enter in to win those amazing prizes. Our second to last level, $250. Now, I just want to share a few statistics that you may or may not know. 1,300 families have been helped out of homelessness into self-sustainability since Family Promise of Greater Phoenix began. Of those 1,300, 80% of those parents have sustained and kept job positions, and 70% have kept their housing. Those are amazing statistics. Again, think about the opportunity this is providing not only for this generation, but for the generations to come, for the children to grow up in a home that's stable with parents that are working so they can break that cycle of homelessness. That's really what this is all about. So, $250, moving to our final level of giving. But before that, I just want to thank Bill Lang for his amazing, generous donation. And I want to also mention the churches that we work with. You know, you heard earlier, we work with 54 churches throughout the valley, and that number is growing. We're so grateful to each and every church. You heard from a few of our pastors and our rabbi earlier this evening, and we're so grateful. We couldn't do this really without our congregations that pull alongside of us, that provide the housing or the sleeping areas for the families, and to provide those warm meals at night for them as well. So, last level of giving is $100. It's approximately $33 for one night in a shelter. And again, with that, it's not just a bed and a blanket, it's a warm place, a warm room for an entire family. It's your pet coming with you. It's food for your family, it's food for your pet. It's providing interviewing skills. It's providing a job for the parents. It's providing transportation for the children to get to school, and it's providing preschool for those not in school. So for $33, that's a lot. So $100 will provide for 3 nights for a family to be in shelter. $100 is our last level of giving. Remember, text 76278 for any level of giving. And we want to also thank our board member, Michael Redivo. Thank you so much. And Phyllis Babuchi, she is also a board member, and we thank you for that. All right, that's our final level of giving, and we have our special prize announcement now. So, those of you that have continued to give, please keep giving, and we are going to shift over to draw our amazing prizes. Here we go. First prize of the evening is our earrings Oliver Smith, and the winner is Joanne Mizell. Congratulations. We are so excited for you to have those diamond earrings. I know they will look fantastic on you. Next up, our second prize, the Cardinals tickets. Remember, these are $500 each, and we want to thank Ticket IQ for their generous donation tonight. The winner is Ralph Daniel. Congratulations, Ralph. I know you're going to have a great time at the Cardinals game. Make sure you pick a good one, maybe close to the end of the season, so you can get all the excitement. And finally, the trip, 1 week, 7 days, your choice, 16 different properties. Raintree Vacation Club has provided this, and we're so grateful to Tim McGough for donating this. And the winner is Bill Lang. Congratulations. Now, a few reminders. We are going to have the GiveSmart website open for the next few days until September 30th. So we've given away those prizes, but not to worry. Keep on giving. Even if you've already given, give again, because we have another amazing opportunity for you to win a trip 4 days, 3 nights to Rocky Point, Mexico. Again, you can plan around your own schedule. There's not necessarily any blackout dates, but it will need to be coordinated with the donor, so make sure you coordinate that. So every donation that comes in from now until September 30th, you'll be entered in to win a trip to Rocky Point. Also, once September 30th passes, you can always give on the FamilyPromiseAZ.org website. Once again, your donations tonight make a difference to Family Promise, so we can make a difference in the Valley with the homeless community. We appreciate you. We're so grateful to you tuning in tonight. For all your support, please continue to support us, and we wish you a very good evening.